Hey everyone, this is Michael again, and welcome to my review of tonight's edition of Smackdown. And this Smackdown was held in Charlotte, North Carolina tonight. Of course, this is also the go-home show for Survivor Series, which is this Sunday. And I gotta say, tonight's Smackdown I really enjoyed. I thought it was a good show. Gave you a little hype for Survivor Series Sunday, and this Survivor Series card is turned into a into a pretty good card, and I'm really looking forward to Survivor Series Sunday. Hopefully, it doesn't disappoint and WWE doesn't fuck it up, cause it's such a good card. But the show opened up tonight with Shane McMahon addressing the SmackDown roster, saying that everyone has to be prepared if Team Raw, if Raw shows up, and he says that Sunday they will be the dominant brand. SmackDown will be the dominant brand, and that they will become the B show. And then Becky says, that Asuka is going to get her arm broken. Shane also asks Baron Corbin about, what he's going to do to The Miz on Sunday. Baron says that Sunday it will be the end of the days for Miz. Shane ends up saying that Sunday SmackDown will be the survivors and that nobody will stomp them down. Not Stephanie, not Kurt Angle, and not, even the Shield. So I thought it was a pretty good opening segment to the show tonight, with Shane just addressing the SmackDown roster for them to, be prepared if Raw ends up showing up tonight. And then after that, we witness Daniel Bryan's return. He's been out, since he got attacked by Kane on Raw weeks ago. So he returns and he says that it's great to be back and that SmackDown will not stay down. He says because they always get back up if they're down. He also says that Raw is afraid because they added Triple H to their team and that that they are really embarrassed. And he says that tonight Team Raw could counterattack, and he also says that SmackDown is not afraid and that they are ready. He also says that Sunday SmackDown is going to prove that they are the better show than Raw, and he ends up bringing out AJ Styles, and then he also says to him, does he want his own personal advocate? And then Styles ends up saying, yes, off mic, but we heard it a little bit. And then Daniel Bryan then starts acting like Paul Heyman, being AJ Styles' advocate, and then Daniel Bryan just starts talking about Lesnar. And he ends up trash talking on Lesnar, saying, that he knows that Lesnar quits, and that he mentions when he quitted the company years ago. And he also goes on to say that Lesnar will not keep up with Styles. And we see Styles get on the mic and say that he's not a puppet like Lesnar, which I found funny, and that he also says that he will find a way to beat Lesnar and prove that SmackDown is the A show, and also prove that SmackDown is the house that he built, that Styles built. So it was a good opening segment between Daniel and Styles. Got a little hype for their match, for Styles and Lesnar's match Sunday. Just hopefully it won't be a squash match. I mean, this is a dream match, seeing Lesnar, excuse me, seeing Lesnar and Styles go at it for maybe one time only. So, and then when SmackDown came back from commercial, we saw Styles and Jinder Mahal backstage. Jinder ends up saying that after Lesnar tears Styles apart, it's not going to be compared. It's not going to be compared until he beats Styles again and becomes the WWE champion again. So it's just that little backstage segment with Styles and Mahal. And then the first match, it was Baron Corbin versus Sin Cara for the United States Championship. This was an okay match. Wasn't great or perfect by any means. But it was back and forth between Corbin and Sin Cara. Basically, Corbin was dominating through the match. And Corbin ended up winning the match with the end of days on Sin Cara. And Baron Corbin retains the United States Championship. And now, we're gonna get to see him versus Miz Sunday. So hopefully that will be an entertaining match. But all in all, this match was okay. Wasn't great or perfect. And then after that, we saw Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon backstage. Daniel says to Shane that after Sunday he needs to have a talk with Shane about the whole Raw, putting Raw on the siege thing. So it was just that little backstage segment with Daniel Bryan and Shane. And then it was Charlotte versus Natalya for the SmackDown Women's Championship. And this match was the best match of the night, in my opinion. The crowd was behind Charlotte because this was in our hometown. And just the pop that she got through the match was really awesome and amazing. Also, I forgot to mention AJ Styles actually got a pop from the crowd, which was really awesome. They were chanting his name. One of the good pops that I heard Styles get, in my opinion. But Charlotte and Natalya, these two women gave it all they got in this match. It was back and forth. You had Natalya locking in Charlotte with the sharpshooter, and Charlotte was trying to get to the ropes, and Natalya pulled her back, and then Charlotte just didn't give up. She got to the ropes, and then she ended up winning the match with the figure eight. She locked in the figure eight on Natalya to score the win, and so now Charlotte is the new SmackDown Women's Champion, and this is the fourth title that Charlotte has won. She won the NXT Women's Championship. She won the Divas Championship. She won the Raw Women's Championship, and she now is the SmackDown Women's Champion. So that's pretty awesome. And then you had after the match, Charlotte was being interviewed. Charlotte says when she came to SmackDown in the Superstar Shakeup, she was striving to get to winning the SmackDown Women's title, and she says Sunday Alexa is going to bow down to her, and that she's going to win, and she dedicated her win to her father. Charlotte dedicated her win to her father tonight, which of course is Ric Flair. So, but now it's going to be Charlotte versus Alexa Sunday, so that's going to be really awesome to see. And then after Charlotte is finished with her interview, she ends up walking to the back, and then surprisingly, this was unexpected, Ric Flair ends up coming out, and it was a big surprise to the crowd and to pretty much looked like a surprise to Charlotte because she was like, my father is probably was at home watching SmackDown on TV, and then Ric Flair ends up showing up, and it was a pretty good moment where we saw the both of them on the stage. Rick was like crying tears of joy, for her. So it was a pretty good moment to see. And like I said, this was the best match of the night. Charlotte and Natalya. Both these women gave it all they got, and it was an entertaining match. Then the next match was Jimmy Uso versus Chad Gable. Before the match started, the Usos come out, talking about Sunday, about Cesaro and Sheamus, and they said that, Sunday, Cesaro and Sheamus are going to be part of the Uso are going to, feel the wrath of the Uso penitentiary. So, and then the match starts, and the match was okay. Wasn't perfect or great though by any means, but Chad Gable gave it all he got in this match. But Jimmy Uso, we saw dominating through some parts of the match, and the match, almost at the end of the match, you had Jey Uso trying to distract Chad, and then we saw Jey just kick Shelton Benjamin, and eventually led to Jimmy hitting a drop kick on Chad Gable to score the win. So Jimmy Uso won the match. So, but it was an okay match. Like I said, it wasn't great or perfect though, but it was okay. And then after that, we saw Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens backstage. Sami says to Owens, that they are not, part of Survivor Series, and Owens says that, they should be fighting the Shield on Sunday instead of New Day. And, he says the only show that matters is the Kevin and Sami show. So it was just that little backstage segment with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. And then we had the main event, which was New Day versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Before the match started, New Day came out. They were just talking about Sunday and, talking about the Shield. So it's pretty much basically that. And then the match starts. And it was a pretty good match. It was back and forth between them. And the match was going good. Up until the end where it was, predictable. SmackDown comes, but firstly, SmackDown comes, Raw comes. Sorry about that. Raw comes, and we see the Shield come out first. They came down from the crowd, and they started beating up on the New Day, and pretty much the Usos come out, and they try to, hold back. They try to hold back the New Day, and we just saw the Shield come and just keep throwing punches. Then Cesaro and Sheamus come from the crowd, and they start taking out the Usos. And then we see all of Team Raw come, and they start beating the hell out of SmackDown. We saw the Team Raw and the women's. They came. They went into the SmackDown women's locker room and started beating up on, Team SmackDown, Survivor Series team. We saw Alexa Bliss take out Charlotte, and then we just see the Team Raw team come out, and they start beating the hell out of SmackDown. Kurt Angle was there. Also, Shane ended up coming out with the Team SmackDown, the Team SmackDown Survivor Series team. It was crazy what was happening. It was just too much going on, but it was good. It was a good a good brawl to hype us for both of the Survivor Series elimination matches with the women's and the men's. And then what was a mistake that happened when Braun Strowman came out? Shane tried to take out Strowman, I guess you know, Shane just hit Strowman in the back, and then Strowman did not like that. And then we just saw, you know, Shane try to take out Strowman, and then out of nowhere, Strowman just comes and clotheslines Shane, which, you know, was just dominating. Sorry about that, but I was saying, you know, Strowman ended up clotheslining Shane, and then it was just we saw the Shield choking Shane. Kurt Angle ends up coming into the ring. Kurt says to Shane, you know, if you think Kurt says to Shane, you think this is bad? Wait till Sunday. And then all we just see is the Shield triple powerbomb Shane, and then Kurt Angle ends up angle slamming Shane, and then Strowman just hits a running power slam to Shane, and that pretty much ended SmackDown tonight. But it was a good brawl between Team Raw and SmackDown and Team SmackDown. Good hype for Sunday. Like I said, for both of the Survivor Series elimination matches between the women and the men's. Definitely looking forward to it. Of course, Triple H wasn't here tonight, so, but it was predictable. We knew that SmackDown was probably going to be SmackDown. I keep saying SmackDown. We all knew that Raw was going to be here. Tonight. So, but like I said, it was a good brawl between Team Raw and Team SmackDown. So, this Survivor Series is shaping up to be, you know, is potentially trying to be a good show for you know, this Sunday, and I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, hopefully, you know, WWE doesn't mess it up or fuck it up in any ways, or, you know, have it become, you know, a disappointment. So, but anyways, we gotta wait until Sunday to see how this Survivor Series show is gonna go. So, yes, anyways, that's it for my review of tonight's edition of SmackDown. Thank you all for watching, and be sure to give this video a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and until the next video, I'll see you all later.